Hello everyone, Justin Vacula here with video number 22 of my Stoic Philosophy video series. The topic of this video will be anger and being offended. You can find me online at justinvacula.com, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. This topic comes as rereading part of Epictetus Discourses, thinking about some current events, people being angry, people claiming offense, protests, talk about safe spaces in universities, in public in general, people just being angry, voicing their anger on social media, other platforms, and taking offense in general. So, what can we do about anger? How should we process this emotion, this feeling? And should we be offended? Is this a good thing? How is this going to be helpful? How should we react to people who might offend us? What sort of mindset should we have when thinking about these topics? So, let's get to it. We are going to look at Epictetus Discourses, Book 1, Chapter 18, that we should not be angry with those who fall into error. He talks of people as being thieves and robbers who have gone astray in matters of good and evil. Not all people, he doesn't have this very dismal view of human nature, but rather people who have different values, who are corrupt, who are worried so much about things that they shouldn't be, that they don't have virtue in mind, that they're not thinking about what it means to live a good life, that they're mistaken about these things. Some might think that the good life might be stealing others, might be robbing, might be being nasty toward others, but they're simply wrong about this. Epictetus talks a lot throughout his book, I've talked about this in other videos, about what it means to have a good life, to pursue virtue, to treat others well, to make a difference in society, to be self-reflective, to have virtues like humility, prudence. But some of the people we meet will not. They'll have different values, they'll treat others really poorly, and they've simply gone astray, as he writes. So we want to think about the condition of certain people that we come into contact with. When they're going to display some behaviors, well, we should pity them rather than hate them. As Epictetus says, give up this readiness to take offense and inclination to hatred. So having this mindset, saying, well, people are simply wrong about things. Maybe they've had experiences, perhaps they haven't been self-reflective, they've experienced some sort of trauma. This isn't an excuse. It's not an excuse, oh, well, I was in this bad environment, so therefore I can be nasty toward other people because people are nasty to me. No, but rather to think about this. Where might this person be coming from? Is it going to be good for us to hate other individuals? Is it going to be good for us to take offense? Is it going to be good for us to be angry? Well, Epictetus says no. We should pity some of these individuals. Maybe the more extreme cases, and this is my idea, is that we should simply avoid these people. Maybe not even pitying if people are so egregious, if they're sociopathic, if they're so far gone they can't be remedied. These cases might exist, and perhaps they do. Well, hating, having this destructive anger, I'll get into this later in the video, this isn't going to help the situation. It's not going to be good for us. We can encounter these people, we can maybe avoid them, we can pity them. Epictetus talks in other passages about coming in contact with someone at the gym. If someone were to run into us by accident, well, we simply want to avoid this person in the future. But for a person intentionally doing nasty things toward other people, behaving in a poor manner, well, okay, it's too bad that they're in this state, that they could be living a better life, that they can be more productive, that they can be pursuing virtue, they can be achieving things, they could be living a good life. Well, they're not. Something wrong has happened here. Epictetus will say that this person is off the path to virtue. They're not living this great life. So we want to consider that when dealing with these people. Is it going to be a good thing to take offense? Well, maybe they're trying to provoke this reaction. Maybe they're going out of their way and hoping that people will be downtrodden, that people will have this negative reaction. Well, rather than having that negative reaction, we can have this mindset of, well, I'm just going to focus on what's in my control. I'm going to realize that other people don't have the same values and priorities as me, and I'm just going to go about living my life. I'm not going to be taken down by others. Well, this can be a difficult thing, especially for people who are close to us, we come into contact with frequently. Well, we surely want to help friends. We try to address their situation. Epictetus talks about this in the text. We can show people the errors of their ways. Well, we can give advice, maybe suggestions, talk about ideas to people whom we can trust. Maybe people are closer to us, but a random person we come into contact with, maybe not so much. Maybe that situation isn't going to be available. Maybe if we're at work and a supervisor, a boss, maybe even a coworker, maybe we won't want to confront the individual. Maybe we want to take this in a different way. Maybe we'll choose our battles and have this as prudence, having this virtue of knowing when to take certain actions, to think ahead. These are things we're going to do. We want to consider this, but these are a lot of strategies, right? But just taking offense and hating people, well, that's not going to be very good. So let's continue here. Epictetus writes, "Have you suddenly become so wise that you are angry at others as though they were mere fools?" So the wisdom is not being angry. It's realizing the condition other people are in. They've missed out in some way. That they've gone off this path toward considering virtue. They're not thinking about the Stoic philosophy. They're not in the Stoic school. They're not considering these ideas of what it means to be a good life. So being angry seems to be foolish here, and that these people are behaving in a foolish manner, that they're simply unaware of what's happening, or in the case where they're just actively being nasty, well, they're being nasty. Okay, let's describe that behavior. The person is doing this. I don't like this. Okay, well, how could I respond to that? Epictetus writes, "Who then is the invincible man? He whom nothing outside the sphere of choice can disconcert." The sphere of choice, it's common in Epictetus's writings. It's a matter of control. What can we control? Others' reactions toward us, people behaving in a poor manner. Well, how much control do we really have over that? And if we're going to maybe meet someone while in public transportation and they'll say something that we don't like, they'll make some off-color comment that we might not like. Well, is it going to be a good thing to be so thrown off because of this? We'll recognize this and think, well, it's really unfortunate that this is happening. It's really unfortunate that the person is in this condition. But I'm not going to let this drag me down. I'm not going to let people around me ruin my day, that I could have some power to have this steadfast mind and bear the circumstance. So I want to know, what good is anger if it's unproductive and destructive? Maybe there can be an argument for anger, and the anger can lead us to do certain things, to be active in society and work toward change. Well, we're unhappy with a certain law, a certain political individual, so let's protest, let's march, let's rally against this. Okay, well, maybe that can be doing something productive. But is that anger that's really doing that? Is that what's led to it? Maybe it can be a sense of injustice that we felt, that something has gone wrong and I can work to do something about this. That's taking action. That's what's in the Stoic philosophy. But this sort of anger that's just, I'm upset, I'm offended, this is terrible, my day is ruined, this isn't going to be a good thing. Maybe it can be easy to do. We just feel something. We're reacting to something, but we're not really doing something with that. We're just feeling it. The Stoic philosophy talks a lot about being mindful and analyzing what we're feeling, thinking about thinking, understanding why certain things are happening, why we're feeling in a certain way. Well, maybe you can just feel angry. Maybe you can just be offended. But let's think about that. What can we do to be more productive rather than being destructive? It can take a while for us to change mindsets, past behaviors. Perhaps it's just easy to react, to be upset, to be angry, but maybe we can wonder the next time that we come into contact with a certain situation. Well, okay, I'm not going to let that happen. I've made some sort of improvement. I've thought about the situation. I'm in this situation with difficult people, but now I can behave better than I did last time. Taking little steps, thinking about anger, thinking about how we should respond to these difficult people, these people who have gone astray, as Epictetus writes. This can be a good way to move ahead, to do something with the anger, to be reflective about it, and to not be so offended, to have this invincible character, as he talks about. All right, so some of my thoughts there. Thank you for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Also leave your comments below. Again, you can find me online at justinvacula.com, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you'd like to support my work, please donate. Find other videos on my channel, and have a great day. Thanks for watching.